Ready.
We are live, and there's nobody here except we're here.
We're
I'm
here.
the infamous Dr. Christopher Vogelmann. With me is the lovely, talented, and super smart Monika Klein,
Thank you.
nutritionist to the stars.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. And thank you, Christopher, for making this possible. And hello, everyone out there in
Liveland.
well, I don't even know what to call it anymore. I mean,
It's the interwebs.
it's the state of chaos.
It's the state of safety and contemplative planning.
Yes, and we are in that hub, and we can provide that hub of safety and sanity and good health advice.
I'm not sure about the sanity part, but we can provide good advice.
Well, I think, sanity, I mean, laughter helps with sanity for sure.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. I'm sharing to a couple of places. I can't share to our group, which is Total Health Live, because it starts a watch party. And so we have two of us. I see two of us and I hear two of us, and it's too confusing. So we'll just share it a little bit later as a video that people can watch in the replay.
So we become the party? Is that what
we are? We are a party of two. I have a table by the window right now because today I'm not in my office. I'm in our dining room. So.
We are a party of doppelgangers, as we say in German.
Oh yes, you do say that in German. So let's talk a little bit about not so much current events, but currently things that you can do to boost your immune system aside from social distancing and getting enough sleep.
Yeah, well, those are important things for sure. But we were going to talk about supplements. I mean, some of the main supplements right now that you should be trying to get. I mean, I know I've checked out with my supplier a couple of times in the last few weeks and they've run out. But definitely oil of oregano.
We've even had oregano tea here, which is pretty good.
Oregano tea.
Yeah.
Or you can also have oregano essential oil and put it in olive oil.
Mm-hmm.
So just like a drop. You don't need a lot, just a drop within like maybe a tablespoon or two. That would be good if you can't get the actual supplements, the oil of oregano supplements. Vitamin D.
Yeah, it's a real challenge nowadays to try and get things.
Yeah, I said vitamin D, 5,000 milligrams. Of course, it's 5,000 IUs. Okay, so D3,
yes,
5,000 is really a healthy thing to be doing on a daily basis for your immune system. I just wrote an article about getting out in the sunshine. The best time to do that, I mean, you can get some vitamin D3 in the sunshine. The best time to do that in the day is in the morning. 10 minutes, direct sunlight, no sunscreen, just
no
direct
SPF.
sunlight.
Yeah, no SPF 100 because you won't get the effect.
Exactly. Another thing is garlic. If you can get deodorized garlic capsules, that would be really good too. Use it in your cooking. I know a lot of you are cooking right now because you're at home. And I hope to be sharing some more cooking ideas or things you can, simple things you can do at home. And I know for a lot of you, it's a new experience because you're used to going out a lot. So now that we're at home, cooped up at home, it's a great opportunity to learn some of these like very simple skills of what to make. And you have the vitamin C there, right?
I do. And so I tried to usually get my favorite actually was the Metagenics, the Ultra Potent C, which is the professional brand. But since we could not get it and they were not shipping, I actually have the Ester C. And so the Ester C actually is a component of a lot of the really good professional products. They actually use that as part of it. The goal for me always is to have, which I really like too, is to have vitamin C. That, of course, it's a water-soluble vitamin, so you tend to pee it out, just like the B vitamins and others. But you want it to behave a little bit more like a fat-soluble vitamin, which means it's going to stick to the cell membranes and stay there for a while, a lot longer than it would normally. And it's just like we talked about vitamin A, vitamin D, some of the fat-soluble vitamins. You want to have them The fancy schmancy term is micellized, which is broken down to little particles so that they flush out of your system so you don't get that liver toxicity that people worry about with too much vitamin A.
Yeah, and another thing about vitamin C is something called bowel tolerance,
Oh
which
yeah.
is also something that we want to do. But it's too much vitamin C, too much magnesium will cause some bowel issues. However, the bowel tolerance, how it goes is you go up to bowel tolerance. If you start having some issues with loose stool and diarrhea, then you want to cut back 3/4 of that amount, and that'll be your tolerance. So, gradually go up. I'm telling people now 4,000 to 6,000 milligrams.
I remember when we were taking those health coach certification courses way back when, they used to say the minimum was like 5 to 6,000 if you lived in an urban area because of all the pollutants and stress and things like that.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have to figure it out. If you're not used to taking vitamin C, 5 might be too much. But people are afraid. They're thinking, well, I'll just take 1,000 or 2,000 a day and I'll be fine. Or do what are those packets called? Emergency,
Emergency, yeah.
fine. But, if you can up that would be helpful.
Well, yeah, because Linus Pauling's work was with who's famous for the vitamin C. He used to use huge amounts of vitamin C, and when I was actually in chiropractic school, I took my board exam in the state of New York with a full-blown case of mycoplasma pneumonia, and I had no access to antibiotics, had no access to anything, so I was taking 42,000 milligrams of vitamin C. That was my bowel tolerance at the time. Wow, and I gradually worked down to 26,000 milligrams over the course of like 3 or 4 days, wow, and then even lower. Okay. And this is purely anecdotal.
Do not do this at home.
No, but this is purely anecdotal, I will tell you. And this is something you check with your doctor about it. But I had nothing available to me at the time. And Dr. Pauling's work really did utilize these mega doses of C. So it's something that should be really supervised by a professional. But at the time I was taking my New York State board exam, I thought I knew enough and actually got, the pneumonia disappeared just using vitamin C. It drove my radiology instructor crazy because he just backed away from me when I came back to school. He said, "What antibiotic are you on?" I said, "I'm on vitamin C."
I think this is a really good recommendation considering, this is a pneumonia type of virus going.
Yeah, that's the complication really to a great extent is the bacterial. The secondary bacterial infection usually is worse than the viral itself. But they not to minimize the viral effect. But I will also say, we talked about magnesium a little bit earlier.
Yes.
And I think magnesium. I like the magnesium glycinate. It's hard for me to turn that thing. Yeah, that's one that we used to use a lot. And the reason I like it is because when you have a metal like magnesium or calcium or something that's joined together with an amino acid, in this case glycine, it gets sucked into the cell so easily.
Yeah.
And the so-called chelated or chelated minerals usually are easier for you to absorb. Has that been your experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I wish I had my magnesium, but it's a Designs for Health, just similar to some of these other products that I use. I mean, there's a lot of good brands out there. This is the oil of oregano I told you about. This was the Now vitamin.
Yeah, Now is a good brand.
That is. And then the garlic is a standard processed garlic, but again, now this has a little bit of repeat to it, this garlic, but there are garlic brands that don't have that effect. Right. Also, fish oil. Fish oil would be really essential or a good idea to add to your protocol at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that has a good amount of EPA, DHA. I don't want to even get into the meanings of it, but in terms of plain fish oil, I found some that sometimes is a little rancid, so you got to be careful when you're going to the stores. This actually, I picked up the magnesium. It was actually from the vitamin shop of all places. I asked for magnesium glycinate, and they brought me to it because usually they bring you to a magnesium oxide, which was not very readily absorbed by your body.
Yeah. Well, I also have a magnesium malate, which is also
another good one.
Yeah, it's also a good version. Now, if you're constipated, you don't want to. You want to be taking a different kind of magnesium. Citrate is usually good if there's constipation.
Right.
if you're having these issues.
But I also used to find for my patients that using, say, like a magnesium glycinate, it was an amazing muscle relaxer. So if somebody had an injury of any sort, and it's also good for heart health, and it does help boost your immune system. Zinc is one of the things that we often talk about. What are your favorite forms of zinc?
Zinc picolinate, I think or that's chromium picolinate. Let's see. I don't use zinc very much on its own. I use it more. I have to
combination.
Have a cabinet here. I usually do it in a formula, an immune enhancing formula. So yeah, I don't normally do that. What do you use? Zinc.
Zinc. I like the zinc picolinate and any sort of chelated or chelated, like potato type of zinc, because any of the oxide forms, whether it's magnesium oxide, zinc oxide, calcium carbonate, these are really forms of minerals that are very hard for your body to absorb. You're lucky if you're healthy to absorb maybe 20% of it.
Yeah.
And that's just a challenge.
Magnesium, it's a glycinate. It's a life extension.
Are you extending your life with that one?
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I think people are also, we're talking about immune enhancing primarily right now.
Right.
But I think people are also having, before I go on to the digestive, and this might be a topic for another call, but magnesium is also excellent for sleep. So taking it at bedtime would be really helpful. Again, you don't want to take too much. I usually recommend, 500 to 1,000 a day. Again,
for acute muscle spasm. By the way, this is all anecdotal. We're just giving you the information with what we've experienced in the past. You should always check with your doctor or your nurse practitioner who is ever supervising your health. But I used to, with the magnesium glycinate, I used to use this stuff anywhere from 3 to 5,000 milligrams for severe muscle spasm.
Right.
Because it didn't create the same sort of loose stool that had my patients squirting like a goose, and so it was a lot easier for them to tolerate.
That's a way of saying things, Christopher.
Squirting like a goose comes from my old friend Dr. R.C. Chris Romero, who is a great chiropractor out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We used to teach classes together to doctors all across the U.S. and Canada, and he used to talk about, Mrs. Abernathy, when I give you this adjustment, I'll have you squirting like a goose, and so for the constipated patient.
Somewhat poetic, I guess.
It just stuck in my head,
Yeah, well, it's descriptive. It's very descriptive.
Hey, but speaking of constipation, diarrhea, when you're cooped up and trying to maintain your immune system, I found the iron. Iron, I found with some people was very constipating.
It's a tricky one. I think iron supplementation is a very tricky one, and I would just really hesitate to recommend that. And you do want to say this is informational only, and you did kind of allude to that just a few moments ago.
Alluding, I was pounding it into the screen.
Educational, informational. This is not. We're not telling you what you should take. And these are just the basics that we've talked about. These are really the basics. Olive oil, oil of oregano, vitamin D3, garlic,
C,
magnesium, and vitamin C. Those are usually.
And lots of water. You gotta get your water.
Lots of water. And we did say magnesium. Yeah. There's stress supplements that we could be recommending.
With a lot of B complex,
B complex. And, I like to take this adrenatone, which is very, it's so hard for me to figure out.
Is that like a B? It's hard to do this. You get the general idea. So it's basically, it's probably, does this one have some B5, B6 in it to support the adrenals?
No, it's got some ginseng in it.
Okay.
It's got some rhodiola. No, it doesn't have any rhodiola.
Rhodiola is another good one.
That's a very good calming herb for sure.
Yeah.
And
I used to get that through Gaia, through the Whole Foods stores. The rhodiola was very good.
ashwagandha. There's ashwagandha in here, which is a very great adaptogenic
That's
herb.
great from the Ayurvedic
Yeah.
medicine folks.
Yeah. There's a lot of really, really good things in there, and we can explore it a little bit more as
we don't
move
we
on.
don't have to do everything in one.
No,
visit.
we do not. We do not. But I also want to just make sure that people are eating well. You know.
Yeah.
You know, you want. You know, we're in a crisis. We're in stress. We often reach for sugar and things like, things that are not conducive to health. So fruits and vegetables,
Right.
Solid, good protein, pure protein. You can also have your protein shakes as well. Good fats. I mean, I don't know what you had yesterday, but I made a big roast chicken the other day, a big roast chicken. I put some carrots in there, some potatoes in there, some what else, beets in there. And I just put all the garlic and onions in there, and I just put it in the roaster, and it's been feeding us, for several days.
That's
and then
great.
I'm going to make it into a chicken curry as well. And that's going to, that's kind of food that's hearty, it's nurturing, it's grounding. That's the kind of food you want to be eating.
Yeah, so we've actually had trouble getting chickens here in San Diego. So we get chicken parts. So we've ordered a few things so I can get some legs and thighs, but I can't get the whole chicken. But last night we had salmon patties, which were amazing, homemade salmon patties. And that was just, along with a salad, it was very light, it was filling, it had the good fats that you're talking about, wild caught salmon. I'm getting a little less particular about whether the vegetables have to be organic or not. I just want them.
Yeah,
because I figure in the short term, I'm willing to go conventional. But long term, I really do find that a lot of the organics, they taste better, and there's a wider profile of micronutrients.
It's interesting. Before I stopped going out 2 weeks ago, exactly today, I had that experience too with the chickens. I couldn't find any. And I had a friend go out last week and shop for us, and she found a whole chicken at Whole Foods. So I think the supply is going up and down. So it's like you might just go the next time you go, there might be some available for you. But
we're more into the please deliver it here, because we have a couple of one particular family member who's got a lot of health challenges, and so the concern was just going out there to do the physical shopping. What's that?
Are you actually going shopping?
We are not. We're having other people do the shopping.
Yeah. Well, we have to do what we have to do. And so whoever.
I mean, if somebody charges me an extra $5 or $10 to deliver it to the door and drop it off, I'm okay with that right now, because this is short-term, maybe a little bit of short-term financial pain for long-term gain. And because if you lose your health, that's the greatest loss of wealth that you can possibly imagine.
Well, there's also another service called Imperfect Foods. It's an online service.
Yeah, those are the ones with the bruises and the dents and things.
That normal stores won't buy because they don't look perfect. So I think it's called Imperfect. I think there's several across the country, but Imperfect Foods, I believe, is in San Francisco.
Yeah, John was telling me, my friend John Patichek was telling me about, he was talking to me about something called Misfits, which is another one of these things. These are the Misfits. It's like the island of misfit toys in Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, only these are all the veggies who are inhabiting the island of misfit vegetables.
Yes, so, the island of imperfection and misfits.
And misfits. That's long.
We are all in that right now. We are misfits and imperfect. Especially
we're striving, we're accepting our imperfections.
Yes, and we are strong, and we will continue to be strong and stay healthy. We will continue to do what we can and hopefully be a resource for everyone out there.
Yeah, got to stay healthy and smart. I'm picking up all this New England stuff.
Yeah, smart.
Smart, wicked smart.
Is it because of your friend John? You're doing these regular.
I'm doing dailies. I'm
live
doing
stuff.
daily live videos with John. He's got a 30-day video challenge starting tomorrow in a private Facebook group. So people who want to practice video. And
You'll rub off me. I might start talking like you too. The smog.
well, no, yeah, because you've got
Wicked good.
that
Wicked
sponge, wicked good, wicked awesome, wicked cupcakes, wicked. It can pack it.
Be wicked good and stay healthy.
Stay healthy. Be wicked good, but don't be wicked. It's not good to be wicked.
No.
So I think, I'd like to keep this one a little bit short because I've got another place to go today. So we're at the 20-minute mark. We've got maybe a couple more minutes. If somebody wants to pop in or ask a question, I'm going to give you, those of you who are watching, I'm going to give you the link here in the comment section. Where are you? It disappeared. Well, next time, we're still working through bugs. This stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, here, I got the link here. Okay. So our friend Zara, we have a couple of people here. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
There's a couple of people.
Oh, I need to make a correction. I was talking about diverticulitis to one of the people who
In the group.
and the other day.
Yeah.
I said the wrong thing. The small intestine only have villi. The large intestine do not. And these diverticula, these pockets, these sacs, pocket-like sacs in your large intestine are the ones that get problematic. And some,
there could be infectious material accumulating in there.
We want to avoid. So if you do have any sort of diverticulitis, the acute phase, you want to definitely go on a liquid broth type of diet for at least 3 to 4 days. Calm that down.
But I think but is that more with the diverticulitis for the active acute phase? Because diverticulosis is just the condition of having those little pockets.
But it's an inflammatory process.
Right.
So you might have an acute, we don't all have diverticulosis. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay. So also, if you do have diverticulitis, the broth and liquid diet would be good. But please contact your physician as well. You may need some antibiotics. And telehealth, telemedicine. That's what everyone's doing.
Yeah, it's a little challenging to get anybody to. I was going to say it's challenging to get anybody to come out to do a house call nowadays. So.
No, you don't want to do that. I was talking to my brother who, is that he and my sister-in-law are recovering, and, telehealth, call your cardiologist. They're all available, and all the physicians know that this is what they have to do right now for their own protection as well. And their patients, for example, my husband's nephrologist has to go and see his patients in the dialysis center. So, we just want to limit any kind of contact as much as possible. So physicians are available. Most physicians are available. Most health practitioners are available for telehealth, either by FaceTime or phone.
I was just, if somebody wanted to come in, I was just leaving the link.
Okay.
So, because we can bring people. The cool thing is we can bring people in live, which is a lot of fun. Yeah. And I think over time, as we establish some regular, we'll figure out what our regular time is going to be. Because right now we're just experimenting with bandwidth, with different types of platforms, and this is all. I won't say it's fly by the seat of your pants, but we're definitely adapting to the changes all around us.
Yes, we have to be very adaptable right now in every way.
Mm-hmm. Hey, so any other comments that you have at this point? Me?
No.
You?
I am good. I could keep going on for hours and hours, but I don't think that's what we want to do.
We'll save those hours and hours for other times.
We'll put them together in 20-minute segments.
I kind of like the 20-minute segment because we could actually take this and bring it into a podcast. I kind of like that 20-minute. It's sort of like the average commute of a person in the United States. Of course, not many people are commuting nowadays other than the essential personnel.
One bedroom to the next, and then up again, and then to your kitchen, and then to your garage, and then maybe out into your patio or yard.
And a nice, safe, long distance single file walk.
Yes. Or it could be circuitous,
Just going in circles like a dog chasing its own tail.
Yeah, I think everything works.
Exactly. Okay. All right. And speaking of works, we're going to let you go ahead and do all of your good works. And we will be checking in with you again at sometime later this week. We're still trying to work out our schedules. It's
Yep.
always a lot of fun to figure this all out. So until next time, if you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section down below. And if you're watching this later, please use the hashtag replay so we can figure out where you folks are and when you want to watch. All right.
Perfect.
That's it for
Bye.
now. Ciao. See you
Bye.
soon. Stay healthy.
See you.